was some tension with the administration and the students as far as like sexual identity, but I didn't realize that it went so far as that our policies themselves didn't include everyone's gender identity or sexual identity, and I think that's a really big issue considering some of our staff and our students don't always feel safe with who they are and being able to express that.
See how we as people can limit each other.
Simply because you have the right to the freedom of religion doesn't mean you have the right to impede on the rights of others.
We are still using the Bible, which is supposed to be a text about love and just respect for each other and each other's dignity, that we're using it to consistently persecute people throughout history, and that this is still going on.
I feel like even though it's a private institution and they're able to make up their own rules about how they want to run the school, that doesn't mean that they can impose on other people's human rights. And that's essentially what they're doing at this point with the LGBTQ community.
Faculty and staff, they should be able to identify what their stance is and to be able to express that to students, so students feel empowered too to be able to take ownership of their identities.
Thank you for the Beauchamp. But still, there's a big difference between intent and impact.
But I think, like other people have said, it's just putting a Band-Aid on an issue where things need to change, or else, we're gonna have the same atmosphere of intolerance.
Know coming here that like I'm going to a Catholic college, but you can't. I just don't understand how they're promoting diversity when at the core, like they aren't really like accepting of it.
Students are pretty liberal. Like we're all, I think, open-minded. People also just kind of need to like open their eyes, whatever. And I think that the administration should as well, because it's the 21st century. Get used to it.
It's an issue that it's so basic. It's just basic human rights, and the fact that we're still fighting it at this point, it's kind of sad actually, especially in such a progressive place like Portland. And I think the university needs to catch up with the times and respect that, and I'm glad that the students are coming together.
Regardless of a person's sexuality, people should be treated equally and fairly.
Which I feel is very disturbing, that they wouldn't be able to receive financial aid to attend this school and to improve their life and to grow as a person because they are being discriminated against.
Yeah, without question. If there was ever a time for action, this is it.
Yes, I have heard about the Redefine Purple Pride Movement. I think it is something that needs to be done. It is raising awareness, creating buzz, and hopefully something will come out of this.
It's definitely nice to see everybody coming together for such a great cause, and I think change is already happening now.
It's very motivating that students are taking their time to really reevaluate our values and beliefs, and sometimes things need to change.
And the administration really should reconsider their message, especially when the Catholic tradition is based on, apparently upon this idea of love.
There needs to be a lot of compromise, and there also needs to be a lot of understanding and a lot less fear.
A lot of people think that what the movement is right now is an attack on Beauchamp, an attack on the church, but we're not anything about that. We're not asking people to change their beliefs or to suddenly be 100% accepting. We're just asking that we give everybody, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of gender identity, that they get the exact same rights as other students.
The mission of the school, teaching faith and service, and the Catholic faith, I mean, that should be reflected.
Solidarity amongst all these kind of segregated communities that we've formed so that we can be one community at our school, into the neighborhood, in our city, as best as possible.
What I just want to see come out of this is that everybody can have the same opportunities to feel accepted on this campus, like they have the exact same rights and the exact same opportunities that we all have. I mean, that's part of living in this country, that we're supposed to be able to have equal access to everything. And I know that that hasn't been the case in the past, but there's nothing that says that we can't make it that case in the future.